welcome to the Builders Club. Today, I want to talk to you about a very important subject, but before I do, I want to remind us that a week or two ago, I talked about that knowledge plus application equals success. So when you listen to this two-part program that I'm doing today on communication skills, I'm going to talk about skills of using words. Next week, you'll hear me talk about the skills of listening. Those two things combined make communication so much better and are so important to us. But the knowledge is one thing, but applying it is another. So I want you to remember that as we go through this. This is a subject I believe we never stop learning. We never stop adjusting and reminding ourselves and practicing. So today, as I talk to you about the skills with words, successful people are good talkers. I've always heard that. If you want to be successful in any business, and particularly in our business, you need to be good at talking to people. And when we talk to people, we need to be very good at using words that work. You can increase your earning power by being good with words. One of the things to always remember is not too much talk. It's just the right words when you do talk. Less talk equals less mistakes. People don't want to hear you go on and on or describe things over and over. They just want to hear words that get the job done. So practicing that skill is, I suggest, one of the things that we really work on in 2024, along with the listening skills that we'll talk about next week. Learn to ask questions effectively. There's two things I want you to write down. You equals go. When you use the word you in a conversation, it's go. That person is listening. When you use the word I, it equals stop. That means people stop listening when you use the word I. So learn to take the word I out of your conversation. Here's some habits to form to be really good at working with words. Replace I with you and replace we and replace it with we and us. Put yourself in the same boat with the person you're talking to. It's not I, it's you and I. It's we. Us. We're doing this together, letting people know that you're including them and their interest in what we're talking about. Next habit is replace the word try with I am doing. Take the word try out of your vocabulary. If you do this, what you're going to hear is how many times people say, I'm trying to do this. I will try. This is what we're trying to do. Trying does not get the job done. That is not a positive, forward-thinking word. It is a word that expresses doubt and lack of confidence. So take the word try and become good as a leader and a coach and a teacher at helping other people understand the importance of not using that word. As a matter of fact, that applies to the first thing I talked about, replacing I with we and us and you. Those are things that we need to work with when we're coaching. You teach others to do these things by you doing it first and then helping them to understand that those corrections will make their life a lot better. Replace the word hope with I know. I don't hope I'm going to win. I know I'll win. I expect to win. Replace the word hope. Hoping is not a good word to use in trying to describe what you're attempting to do. In other words, replace negatives with positives. Always forward thinking. Always I am doing. We are doing it together. There's magic in agreement. Whatever you find that can be likeness, show likeness and agreement. Find ways to do that. Just like you find ways to compliment people, find ways to be in the same boat. I call it being in the boat with the person you're talking to. This is not just about business, it's about life. This is how you develop a better personal relationship with the people that you're surrounded by. It's how you get people to want to be in your presence. When you learn the magic of the words we're talking about and the magic of using the words properly, then you will attract more people that will want to be in your presence because they want to be like that. Magic is in happy talk. Nobody wants to listen to a dull, disillusioned crybaby. Nobody wants to listen to people talk about bad things that are happening. That's not what they want to hear from you. They want to hear good things about life. Things are well. We all hear enough bad news. If we turn on our radio, our television, any communications, you're going to hear bad news. Growing a business and helping other people win, you shouldn't be the bearer of bad news. There's magic in avoiding kidding, teasing, being sarcastic. Nobody likes to be the blunt of a joke. And when you as the communicator are teasing people, are kidding people, are being sarcastic, they feel like it's directed at them. Whether it is or not, that's how people feel. And nobody wants to be criticized. Nobody wants to be made fun of. Avoid those kinds of things at all cost. And when somebody starts doing it, turn it around. You be the one that shuts down that kind of communication. These things, will help build self-esteem if we practice the magic, and it'll make people feel safe to be around you. People don't feel safe around people whose communication skills are not practical and positive and avoiding the negatives that we've just described. One of the things I've noticed people do at the end of somebody talking about what they like or something they believe, I've heard people say, yes, but, and then start into how they feel. The minute you put the word but in the conversation, I hate to be blunt, but you look like a but. That's what it comes across. If somebody says something and you want to expand on it, I would say, well, Raj, yes, that's true. In addition to that, let's talk about this. How do you feel about this part? You expand it. You bring them to another level of maybe where you want to go, but allow them to know that you agree with what they've said, and in addition, can we talk about this? You can find ways to make that part of your sentence. Find ways to add agreements. Folks, there's so many things I could talk to you about communication skills. Learning to use words that work, carefully positioning words the right way, and for goodness sakes, not too many words. People have a certain amount of words that they will listen to, and when you go over your number of words when you're talking, they stop listening. Too much description. Too many times you say these things over and over. I'm telling you, we can learn to use the right words. We can learn to use the words in an effective way, and we can learn how to minimize the words that we use to describe what we want. So these are skills that I know practiced can be used, and I would start by paying attention to other people. And when you listen to a speaker, pay attention to the words that get your attention and write those words down. Notice when people are doing too much and you think, oh, I could correct that in myself. These are ways of developing your own communication skills with words. Next week, I'm going to talk about the second part, which is our listening skills. When you tie those two skill sets together, being a great communicator becomes easier and easier. Let's make 2024 the year of communication, so it's the year of the builder, and builders are good at communicating in a way that people listen and want to follow you.